The outer world is a reflection of the inner world. James Allen. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to achieve success effortlessly, while others keep hitting the same wall over and over again? What if I told you the answer isn't about effort? It's actually buried deep in your subconscious mind, controlling your life in ways that you might not even realize? Well, here's the truth. 95% of what your brain does happens below the surface in the subconscious. That means most of your decisions, your actions, and even your setbacks are driven by something that you're not even fully aware of. Have you ever been on the highway looking at the car next to you in the next lane? You focus on avoiding the car and staying in your own lane, but the more you focus on avoiding that car, strangely, your car seems to keep moving towards it. There is a strange force within your subconscious mind that dictates how your life operates and what you are experiencing in your reality currently. And this strange force is what's known as intention. See, when it comes to moving towards your goals, the power of intention is everything. But intention is a double-edged sword. It can push you forward or quietly hold you back. Think of your subconscious like an operating system. Once you set an intention, it runs in the background, driving your behavior. But here's the crazy part. Research shows that your brain doesn't always know the difference between something that's vividly imagined and something that's actually real. So the subconscious doesn't really care whether your intentions are helping you grow or just keeping you stuck. Whether you're trying to break free from a pattern or chase something bigger, the key to your success or your failure is already inside you, running the show from the background. In today's video, we're going to dig deep into how the subconscious mind shapes your reality, and more importantly, how you can take control of it to finally break through those barriers and make real progress. There are three main concepts that you must understand to fully master the art of goal achievement. And it begins with concept number one, understanding the difference between inner and outer intention. Let's get started with that right now. So the very first thing we have to understand is the difference between inner and outer intention, but more importantly, what intention actually is. So our formal definition of intention will be, intention is our resolve to do or to have something. The resoluteness in our decision to do something or to have something. And in this definition, in this parametric definition of intention, what we're going to do is have two parts to this, which is inner intention and outer intention. Inner intention, that personal, conscious intention that we have, is our decision to do something. So has it ever happened in your life where you find out about a goal and you say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take massive action in order to make that money or have that relationship or get into shape. So you get to inner intention and you say, I will do whatever it takes. What you'll notice is inner intention is still one step removed, but our logical mind loves inner intention. The conscious mind loves inner intention because it can believe it. It's believable. I do this to get that. It's very linear. It's X leads to Y, leads to Z, linear kind of pattern. Unfortunately, life is not linear. Sometimes X will lead you back to A, and then you'll go to D, and then you'll go to Y, and then you'll go to F, and then you'll come back to Z. Life will take you through these turns based on nature's own path or God's own path that preserves balance in this universal system. Okay? This brings me to the second type of intention we all possess that both belongs to us and doesn't belong to us at the same time. And that is outer intention, your subconscious faculty, the programs that are running in the background that influence your life and you don't know why they are. So if I were to demonstrate this in a concentric circle, your conscious part of you dictates, it constitutes of 5% of your whole being. So this little circle would be conscious, aka your conscious mind or your inner intention. And this large circle here is what's known as outer intention or your subconscious. Why is this circle larger? Well, outer intention is that intention that brings certain patterns into your life again and again. If you keep attracting a certain kind of relationship, or if you are already somewhat successful and you have a good relationship and you maybe look around you, there's certain areas of your life maybe you are good at, you're successful at, and you Wonder why other people aren't. It's because you subconsciously, you've installed the correct programs, or you've had the correct programming installed within you. Or you notice other people, no matter what they do, they just have a green thumb. They just keep attracting money, and every single business they start becomes successful. Why? They have a certain set of subconscious beliefs, aka outer intention, where they're like, there's no conflict in there. So our definition of outer intention is going to be my resolve to have. It is independent of what I do. There's no condition here. Okay, it's no longer one step removed. Outer intention is the most direct path to achieving your goals. And when you have that very direct path that doesn't need any conditions or any, because it's not dependent, it's completely independent, right? So I don't need to do something to have this. I have made the decision to have this and I will have it. So outer intention is defined as your decision to simply have something. The resoluteness in your decision to have. Inner intention is the resoluteness in your decision to do in order to have. Outer intention is much more direct. It's your resoluteness in your decision to have, period. I made the decision that I will have this kind of life and I will have it. Doesn't matter what I do, doesn't matter what happens, it will simply happen. So outer intention is almost a focus on how the goal gets achieved of its own accord. And if you can imagine your dream life, right? Like a lot of people, when they visualize themselves doing something in order to get it, it's effective. But then other people, they're more attuned to their soul or their heart and faith, and they don't need all of these conditions. And the very first time I noticed this was when I was seeing people who I perceived to be less smarter than me, making more money than me, becoming more successful than me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm so much more intelligent than this person. Why are they more successful? It's because they just don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't have all of these logical conditions and these checklists that need to be fulfilled so that they can get to the next state. Only when I have, $200,000 in the bank account, then I can have kids. What if you have kids and then the motivation of that you get from having children makes you a millionaire, makes you a billionaire, right? Like, what if that were to happen? And that's what I mean when I say life is not linear. You think, I know everything. I know what's best for me. But what if you didn't? What if there was something larger than you, God, the universe, that knows what's better for you? What if you could co-create with that thing to manifest the most wonderful things in your life, things that were beyond what you could even comprehend? And that's what happens when you surrender your personal inner intention to that larger outer intention or the godly intention, okay? Outer intention, when correctly tapped into, has the power to move mountains, to help Jesus walk on water. That's the kind of intention I'm talking about. Just a touch of this outer intention in your life and unimaginable things will happen, okay? So the key I want you to take away from this, because you might be asking at this point, how do I tap into this outer intention? The key is to not directly try to get to outer intention because it's unpredictable, because it belongs to you, and at the same time, it doesn't belong to you. The way you do that is by living in faith. And the best way to do that right now from your current situation is to just focus on uniting your inner intention with outer intention. Unite, aka surrender your inner personal petty intention. Surrender all of your insisting. Oh, I insist that this happen this way. Oh no, the business that I wanted to succeed in, it failed. I am a failure. No, it failed because maybe there's another business that you were supposed to do. Maybe this isn't what you were supposed to do. Maybe this would have brought you more suffering down the line. God is trying to protect you. Have you ever thought about it like that? Because most people don't. They have their own insistence on how they want things to be. And if it doesn't happen their way, then it's the highway, right? What if this relationship that you're in that didn't work out wasn't meant to work out because down the line, it could have been even worse? Have you ever thought about it like that? That's when you start to think like that, you surrender your personal intention to this larger outer intention. You unite your personal intention to this larger outer intention. And I can promise you, once you learn how to balance that, stop insisting on your own way and start surrendering more to this God figure or outer intention, magical things will happen in your life. And you might be reluctant at this point and be like, oh, I surrendered to God this my whole life and look where it's brought me. You didn't. You were resisting God. You were resisting the power of outer intention and the universe in your life. And that's why you're experiencing something you don't want because of false ideas, right? So one example I can give you is one of my clients, Juan, who was in this comparison trap. He was constantly comparing himself to other people in his business, and he was like, oh, they're making $100,000 a month. Why can't I make it? Similar to me, he was like, oh, I'm intelligent. I feel like I'm more intelligent than them. I should be making more money than them. What's wrong with me? And he was insisting on his personal way to get to that level. And after he learned coordination through our program, learning to balance this, to unite his inner intention with outer intention, he was able to go ahead and 3 times what he typically made. And that's all a result of you surrendering to the flow and feeling more freedom and ease in your life. You'll know that you're surrendered to the flow when you feel more freedom and feel more ease. You're not stuck in a box comparing yourself to some other person. The next thing we need to focus on to learn how to do to unite our inner intention to outer intention is to learn how to focus and defocus. A lot of the times we're very, very good at focusing on the goal, visualizing on the goal, doing our affirmations, taking action. But when you go to the gym, you work out. The growth happens when you're resting, when you're surrendered. When you learn a new skill, the growth happens when you're sleeping and you dream and you have that rapid eye movement phase. So I'm going to show you how to use that defocusing period correctly so that you can manifest the outcomes that you want in your life. By the way, if you'd like to access my exclusive newsletter where I can share stuff that I can't really share on the channel because of YouTube's platform limitations, all you need to do is go to realitycreator.com/list, and then you'll be able to access exclusive materials like the Identity Shifting Bootcamp, which has already gotten so many clients, prospective clients who are not even part of our program, like just watching free stuff, get amazing results. So it's completely free for you to access. All you need to do is go to realitycreator.com/list to be able to access that. Let's continue on with the video. So the next thing you need to understand is how to focus and defocus, how to drop your intention, okay? And the example and analogy I can give you regarding this is, has it ever happened to you that you set a goal and you've wanted it for a very long time and it hasn't happened, and then one day you forgot about it, a couple years later, all of a sudden it came to fruition? That's exactly what happened to one of our clients, Precious, who came into our Reality Mastery program, and she had made the intention to meet an amazing man. And on her self-mastery guide, which is a document that we do that defines your ideal self, who you'd like to become, she wrote down how she wanted to meet her dream partner, and like they have 2 kids together, and like she has her own kid. And literally 3 years later, what happened was she met this man and he has a kid. And you know, she had gone through many different dating apps and dating many people. She was almost ready to give up, and she had forgotten all about the goal. And boom, 3 years later, she meets this man. He has a daughter. She also has a kid. And they formed this wonderful partnership. And 8 months later, now they've just gone ring shopping, right? And she's attracted her ideal man. Now she goes back to her self-mastery guide, looks at it, she's like, oh my goodness, I literally wrote this down and it happened. The only reason this happened was Precious learned how to focus and defocus on the goal. And that's what needs to happen for you. A lot of the times we keep holding on to the goal. There's a time when you put effort, and there's a time when you surrender the effort. So that's why I say there needs to be a balance between inner and outer intention. I believe that 20% of the time you focus on your goal and the thing that you really want, and 80% of the time you completely surrender it. The 80-20 rule. So one mantra I have is set it and forget it. And it's kind of akin to Feeling of the Wish Fulfilled by Neville Goddard, where you really think about what you want and you feel it in your heart and then you surrender it. And you can systematically do that every single day or once a week, however much you feel is appropriate. A lot of the times when people think about their goals, they just keep forcing it from a feeling, a place, an internal state of rushedness, like, I need this. It's kind of toxic, like you chase it, you need it. You feel like getting this goal, making the money, having the business, or getting that partner will fill a void within you. Right? You feel like time is running out. Oh no, I'm in my late 30s. I need to find a man and I need to get married and I need to have a kid right now because my time is running out. And from that inner state, we create more of that state of calamity, more of that state of rushness, more of that negative outcome. Whatever state you're in is what you create more of. Okay? I want you to remember that. If you come from a state of playfulness with manifestation, of joy, of calmness, of ease, and then you say, wouldn't it be wonderful to have this. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the third part, where we create an intention list every single week. But for now, I want you to remember, whatever state you come from to create what you want is what you're going to perpetuate. Our state of being is perpetuated. Be, do, have, in that order. Okay? So the analogy I can give you with focusing and defocusing is understanding the two different networks that we possess. I read this book a really long time ago called The Net and the Butterfly. And in that book, there was talk of the executive network and the default network. The executive network is like the conscious mind that takes orders, and it can't do a lot. You know, it's just an order taker. You give it the order, and then the order passes to the default network, which is the subconscious. And then one day you're taking a shower and you get a eureka moment, you know, like the problem that you wanted to solve, the math problem you wanted to solve, or the, complex business problem that you had. All of a sudden the answer comes to you. But you have to systematically keep reminding the executive network of the order and then surrendering it and going about your life. So this has to be kind of like a sinusoidal curve. Like you invoke it, you surrender it. You invoke it, you surrender it. And the time delay, the time period with which you should do this is completely dependent on your inner state of being. And I always say to my clients, like, don't ever visualize from a state of needing, or of negativity. If you feel negative, allow yourself first to get to a neutral state of being, and then from that neutral state of being, you visualize your ideal goal. Does that make sense? Cool. So the next thing that's going to allow you to defocus more is operating on faith, meaning trust in the unknown and the unseen. Belief is trust in the known and the seen. Faith is trust in the unknown and the unseen. And one of my clients came on one of our coaching calls and he was like, "Hey Quazi, I feel like my feet, I'm not grounded anymore." And I asked him, "What's wrong with that? You wanted to fly, right? If you want to fly, you're not going to be grounded. If you're grounded, you're not going to fly." It's as simple as that. So it's almost like you're getting comfortable in the discomfort, in the not knowing of what your life is going to look like tomorrow, a year from now. You completely surrender that and you just enjoy day to day. And there's a great book on this called The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer, where he goes on in a story about how he went from making like a couple $1,000s a month to owning a $300 million software company. And he did this all through surrendering. And it all just unfolded naturally. If we can get out of our own way, the things that we can bring into our lives, it's unbelievable. It's beyond what you could even comprehend. The life that I'm living today, I couldn't have conceived of it even just 4 or 5 years ago. It's unbelievable, right? So that's the power of operating through faith. And to do this, it's difficult. It's kind of like me trying to explain to you how to move your arm. It's just every single day focusing on living in discomfort, reminding yourself that living in discomfort is okay. Living in the unknown is okay. Stop needing and relying on your logical mind and needing things to be perfect in a certain way, and just invoking your goal and then surrendering it. And in this next part, we're going to talk about how to create an intention list every single week and watch as your intentions materialize right before your very eyes. So let's get right to that right now. What I would like to invite you to do right now in this next part is make a commitment to me that you're going to partake in this 90-day challenge. So go down to the comment section, write down 90-day challenge, and we're going to come back at the end of every single week, every single 7 days. Today is the 13th as I'm making this, but we're probably going to put it out at a later date. So go ahead and just create your thread right now, and then you're going to be commenting on your own thread. And we're going to come back and see at the end of 90 days how many of our goals have manifested and how our lives have been changed. I've done these 90-day, 30-day challenges, and they've been amazing. Like the kind of results we've been getting in the ones that we've done with meditations and visualization have all been amazing. But I would love to do it with this because I believe this is really, really powerful because I've seen it happen for me right before my very eyes. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and make the commitment. I commit to this 90-day challenge of materializing my intentions. Go ahead and write that, and you're going to create your thread, and we're going to start with week 1 right now. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Go to the notes section of your phone and create a list. We're going to be making around 9 intentions maximum. Okay, you can do less, you can do 3. I would say like 3, 1 to 3. 1 is lowest, obviously, like just make 1, but 9 maximum. And we're going to be following this method called the 3-3-3 method. and we're going to create 9 total intentions. So, and these intentions have a deadline for 7 days. You would like to see it happen within the week. And I would suggest starting this on a Sunday night. You make the intentions for Monday and then you come back and review every Sunday night. If you don't do that, that's completely fine too. You can do it right now. Better to do it right now than to procrastinate on it at another time. But go ahead and do that. Create that notes section, and that's going to be your intention list. You write down week of September 13th or whatever the date is. And what we're going to do is follow the be, do, have guideline. So we're going to create 3 intentions that you'd like to see materialize by the end of 7 days around being, 3 intentions around doing, and 3 intentions around having. To give you an example, I would like to be a powerful leader. I would like to be more charismatic. I would like to be more confident. I would like to be more at ease and more at peace. Okay, we're going to mix different types of intentions. Not everything is going to be shoot for the stars kind of intention. Some of them are going to be more of a general feeling, how you'd like to feel, aka that's the being one. You're going to create 3 intentions on doing. I would like to, I spend more time with my children. I play more guitar. I sing more songs. I sing 3 songs and I make 5 amazing videos, whatever it could be, right? So these are doing, action-oriented. And then finally, you're going to create 3 on having, what you want to see happen. I make 5 sales this week. I meet an amazing person and strike up a wonderful connection with them who becomes a really great potential partner for me. Whatever it is, you're going to create 3 of those. And again, you can mix this ratio up however you want. This is just what I recommend, but that's completely up to you. If you have, 7 having and 2 and none being, that's fine. It's up to your discretion. It's your intention list after all. This is just my recommendation. And it doesn't even have to be 9 maximum. You could do 14, 15, 30 if you want. But I feel like the lower the amount, the more focused they can be. And what we want to do is do them in the present continuous tense. I am doing, I do, we get, we are getting. Present tense, mostly not I want to get, because that always creates a separation between your current and your desired. And you want to use it first person, I and we, okay? That's just what I've been experimenting with and it's worked. So I would like to continue on with that and just share with you what basically works with me. And then what you want to do is after you've written them down, I like to do like a little checklist on the notes section. So then you can click on it and then it'll check off. At the end of the week, you want to review and score them. So I'll have some weeks where it's 1 out of 9. I had one week where it was like, I feel energized and excited about life. That was one of my intentions. And I took that one off. It was 1 out of 9. That's completely okay. We're not like, this isn't about trying to win 9 out of 9. We just want to see, we're observing. You're literally witnessing what's happening. And some weeks I was like, this is going to be a stretch, but we make, 10 sales. And we ended up making 15 sales that week, which I didn't think would have even been possible. It was like beyond what I imagined. So what I do is I do these intentions in my notes section. Then I take a moment to visualize each and every single one of them. And me at the end of the week, feeling grateful for its achievement. And then I just drop it and go about my week. And then come back to it the following week. I find that that's the perfect balance between focus and defocus, inner intention and outer intention. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Let's create an accountability thread and I would like to see your score. You're going to come to the thread, see your score and write down a general sentiment of how you are feeling and how you have felt this week and what you have noticed. Just a 2-sentence short paragraph review of your week. How many of your intentions have you achieved and how you felt? So I'm going to be reading through all of those comments, so go ahead and do that right now. And if you'd like to work closer together with me and our team, in our flagship Reality Mastery program, I have exciting news. You can apply to work with us. We're looking for around 17 new clients this month to work with, and we've been getting some amazing results. And the thing that we truly like to focus on isn't trying to get you a temporary result, but a permanent one. And every single one of our clients, they come in like Bastian, he was doing 20K a month, then he went to 100K a month in year 1, then he went to 400K a month in year 2, and then year 3 onwards, now he's making over $1 million a month. And so it just keeps growing, and who they become as a result keeps growing. And the reason why we can do that is because we help our clients shift at the identity level, at the being level. Because once you shift at the being, the doing follows, and the having also follows. I'm not interested in getting you just a lottery win, which is great. I know winning lotteries are great, and making $1 million is great, but what good is it if you can't keep it, It's not about how much money you make, it's how much you get to keep. If you'd like to see real, lasting, permanent results in your life, and you'd like to work closer together with me and my team to achieve it, you can go to realitycreator.com/apply to go and fill up a short form. I'm just being transparent, not everyone will qualify. We're looking for a specific kind of clientele because this is close mentorship with me. So I only want the right kind of people that we can pretty much get easy results for. And I just only care about getting people really great results. So if you'd like to do that, just go ahead and fill up an application. And if you qualify, you'll be able to schedule a call with us and actually have an in-depth conversation, a free consultation call to see if it would be a good fit for both parties. So I will see you in that application right now.